You probably know by now a U.S. aircraft carrier strike group is now in the Middle East as tensions with Iran continue to rise. And this deployment follows Iran's violent crackdown on nationwide protests there. Some reports are telling us as many as 40,000 people have been killed. Now, certainly that number is virtually impossible to independently verify given the near total internet blackout that's persisted now for the past couple of weeks. But U.S. officials say that the move is meant to deter escalation, not to signal war. But will the Iranian government get that message? Well, joining me now is Dr. Hormoz Shariat. He's the founder and president of Iran Alive Ministries. This is a Christian ministry, powerful ministry that uses satellite broadcasting and the internet to reach tons of Iranians with the gospel. Dr. Shariat, welcome back to Washington Watch. Always an honor to have you, my friend.
Thank you, Judy. So much is happening, and I'm glad to give an update.
Well, we're thrilled. Yeah, let's start with your thoughts on, let's just begin here. How is the U.S. handling the situation in Iran?
Well, the people of Iran, as you know, majority love America. And now that President Trump kind of made a commitment and a promise, said he told them, go on the streets, take over the institutions, and we will send help. Help is on the way. So people went on the streets, thousands of them were killed. And now they're saying, President Trump, fulfill your promise. Where are you? And it looks like he's going to do something. Exactly what he is going to do, nobody knows. But the people of Iran are very hopeful and very needy. They saying if the U.S. government doesn't come to their help, this killing will continue by tens of thousands. So this is the situation, very desperate inside Iran. And the Iranians are so desperate, they're looking for any help, anybody out there. Can you help us? We have no guns, and the government has guns and mercilessly killing people on the streets. They're going to even hospitals. The wounded. Have you heard that news? They go to hospitals. The wounded who go to hospital for getting the assistance, they go to the hospitals. Those who have been shot and not dead, they kill them in the hospitals while the nurses and doctors are watching and they cannot speak up. They will be killed. This is the bad situation. And at the same time, I can get to what is happening spiritually, because there is a shift in the spiritual domain in Iran also.
Yeah, I believe I heard you on another program earlier in the week where you actually said the people of Iran recognize the radical Muslims as just a spirit of murder, and they're really turning in droves to Christ if we can only get the word to them. Is that in essence the reality?
Well, that's true. That's why we get such a high number of people who are coming to Christ through our ministry. We do satellite television, as you mentioned, and they cannot stop satellite. They turn off this internet, social media is off, but the satellite signal goes into their homes and they cannot stop it. And by the way, because the internet is off, we have more viewers now, and more people are hearing the gospel. But the thing is, the people of Iran, when I talk about the shift, this is what happening the last 2 weeks. Yes, Iranians have rejected Islam, and they're coming to Christ in great numbers. But what I see the last 2 weeks is another step, is not just rejection of Islam. They're not saying, Iranians, oh, I don't want Islam. I don't want it in my life. It's not for me. I reject it. No, they have gone to a new mindset. What I hear more and more, Islam is from Satan. These are people who are Muslim born, and they're saying Islam is not of God. Islam is a source of our miserable life. So we need to get rid of Islam. Before, they would say, oh, Islam is okay. It's not for me, but it's the government that's really cruel. Now they have shifted their mind. They're saying the problem is Islam itself. And we need to get rid of Islam. We need to get rid of Islam if we want to have a future for our country.
That's just remarkable. So with that, and we've got just about a minute or so left, what should the international community, particularly American Christians, what should we be doing right now to support those who are suffering and those who need to hear and respond to the gospel?
Well, number one is prayer, of course. You know, the Prince of Persia, the spiritual murder spirit in Islam, we have to pray and bind. We have that authority. Number two, we at Iran Alive, we are helping. We have started helping the families who have been hurt. And did you know that many Christians have been killed among these 40,000 people? There have been many Christians, and they're contacting us, and we are telling their stories, and we are helping them. We have started a campaign to help the believers in Iran, especially those whose breadwinner has been killed among those 40,000 people. So go to iranalive.org, iranalive.org, help the movement in Iran. This is a part of a great movement,
Amen.
helping these countries. But in Iran, there is history is being made. I want to assure you, we know the end result. Jeremiah 49:38. We know Iran will be a Christian nation. God will rule.
Amen.
Jesus will rule.
We've got to
that
wrap
nation.
it up.
Yes.
We've got to end it right there. Dr. Hormoz Shariat, president and founder of Iran Alive Ministries. Powerful, powerful words.